I just want to say that I received word from Jenny Patrick, that is Mary Wiley's daughter, that Mary is not doing well. Mary's got pneumonia, and they're struggling. So the authorities at that almost at that resort, but that place where Mary is, as for the time being, not allowed anyone to visit Mary. And I can understand that. The scare of the third wave has also caused San Sereno to cancel, for the time being, my services there. So I just have a picture in my head when Val goes to the authorities, Val Lord, to ask why I'm not coming. And so I bring you that news, and simply to ask that we keep Mary in particular in our prayers. But let me say this about Mary Wiley. I want you to know this. I have sat with Mary on numerous occasions, and I, in my own opinion, want to say this to you. I have in the past, but Mary is one of those who has convinced me in her faith that she's ready to meet with God. Mary's not scared of dying. Mary just doesn't want to suffer. I saw that with Angela. When Angela said to me, I'm ready, Pete. I don't want this to be dragged out. That's how Angela put it. And I think that's an amazing statement of faith, when someone can say this to you. And so let me tell you what, if you go into the Garden of Remembrance, this is what Mary did. Mary already booked a space where the plaque will be. Her name is on the brick. That's what Mary did. And Val Lord did the same. So when we do anything in the Garden of Remembrance, you cannot put plaques on those bricks. It belongs to Mary, and it belongs to Val. And I've always thought that's an amazing thing about her, about Mary Wiley. So keep Mary in your prayers, as well as Beryl Perro and Jean Heron. Prof is slowly making progress. Prof Masango is making slow progress, but he's out of hospital and he's recuperating at home. Sincere word of thanks for your presence. Also, let me just say this. Thank you for your generous donations towards the Blanket Fund, and a sincere word of thanks to Mike Chambers, who administers that fund for us. We have already distributed. This year we were able to purchase 840 blankets, as you can see in the bulletin. And we have already distributed 100 blankets to Putadi Chaba, to Itomolenga 100, to Mellow Homes for disabled children 100, and the Homeless Association received 200 blankets. That's a gentleman by the name of Mr. Rambau, Max Rambau. And he takes it to informal settlements and to people living in the corners of places where there's no heat. And he hands them out, and then he sends us photos of the people who receive the blankets and the conditions in which they live. So there's never a question that he uses this for his own purposes. And so we still have a few left. Another lady who ministers to children and adults who live with HIV and AIDS. So she will come and collect some blankets tomorrow. And there's an amazing lady. She used to work out over at, her name is Rose Kosana. She worked at Pick and Pay, and then she was retrenched at Pick and Pay. And I had the privilege to talk to her one day and said to her, so what are you going to do now that you know that you were told you? She says, I'm going to gather a group of old people in my house, and I'm going to take care of them. Now, can you believe in a house in Alex and you take care of 60 people and give them food every day, and you yourself do no longer have a source of income? That's amazing. I'm telling you this because in some small way, St. John's make contributions to the lives of people that you and I don't know and will never meet. But we make a contribution. And we enrich the lives of others that we will never know. So God bless you, and thank you very much to all of you for your gifts and your donations. Now we turn to God in our prayers of intercession. Oh, birthdays this week. Bongi has a birthday this week. On the 16th. So when you were born, they declared it a public holiday. So Bongi has a birthday, and Noku has a birthday, and Mrs. Engel in Cape Town has a birthday. Let us turn to God in our prayers of intercession. If one will lead us, we begin by saying together the prayer for Africa.